Hey, hello, this is Revere Sky. So I wanted to talk about chakras and how they lead us and how they influence the body, the motor of the body. I'm going to start with the root chakra. And the root chakra is below the bikini. Anything delving with the sexual organs, the anus, also the feet, all of that is like somewhat connected. And you can tell when someone is leading by their root chakra. They are pretty much always horny, which is not a bad thing. They're stimulated more by the root. It's more active, and they really don't use this brain. They use the brain of the genitalia area. They're more, they love sex more. Scorpios love sex anyway, like other parts of your body can be activated, but they communicate more with their sexual organs than anything else. Like if they want to like escape reality, they use that part of the body. Also, being grounded and stuff, if they are like homeless or just can't get things right, might not be homeless but can't stay precise, or how can I say it, they're not diligent in what they do. They can't actually stay grounded in a job, or they can stay grounded in the job because they are in the root. So it could be either or. It could be a good side and a bad side to it, being grounded in the root or not grounded in the root. They speak more with their lower brain than their upper brain, which nothing is wrong with that. I speak with my lower brain sometimes. I influence with my lower brain. And your lower brain doesn't have to be like actually showing for you to actually manipulate a situation with your lower brain. We have about 4 or 5 brains, and that area, that pelvic area, is definitely a brain. Even the intestinal area is a brain. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. How to understand when people lead by chakras, like your chakra or whatever. Your chakra actually leads you. So if the root is active or if the root is not active, there becomes problems, or there become just things you can notice about the person that they lead by their root chakra. Now let's go on to the sacral energy. The sacral chakra is about the same as the root chakra, dealing with that sexual energy and stuff. These people communicate more by affection, okay? They lead by affection. They lead by flirting. They lead by arousement, by saying things that would arouse the genitalia area, or just the overall ovaries and all the reproductive system in the man and the female. They communicate by those areas. If it's not flowing correctly, then they have a problem with insecurities, not fulfilling things that they need to fulfill, because their desires on a sexual level are not being sufficed, are not being taken care of. So this is the area where the insecurities start, and they may feel vulnerable, or they may feel shunned out in some form of fashion because they cannot communicate their desires. And 9 out of 10, they cannot communicate their desires with themselves. Again, they cannot communicate their desires with themselves. And that is a problem. And then they expect other people to be able to fulfill these desires or fulfill this mood that they have. And it's not being done because they cannot stimulate themselves let alone have someone else to stimulate them on that level. If it's working for them, if the sacred energy is working for them, it actually leads them down a good path. If it's not working for them, it doesn't lead them down a good path. They end up doing things that they shouldn't do. Vulnerability, over expectations about things, and again, insecurities. So let's go to the solar plexus. The solar plexus is a very bright area, okay? Now understand, you can activate parts of your body without activating the other parts of your body. And that's why I'm explaining this to you. It's where one chakra overrides all the other chakras. And all of the energy from the other chakras is like pleading out through that one chakra, okay? All the resources of the Kundalini, or shall I say, just the whole force within you, is pleading through one area, depleting down to one area, okay? Instead of everything running existence together in a sense, okay? Everything synchronized and flowing the proper way together. Now, the solar plexus is like your area where you're not sluggish, you have vitality, you have strength, it's not clogged up. Your inner expressions are expressed outwardly. Your solar sign, your sun sign, your horoscope, your rising sign begins to thrive through the solar plexus. That's your vitality. So I have a belly, so my solar plexus may not be operating at 100%. It may be operating at 70%. It does not mean that the flow does not run through me. It only means that I am not reaching my full potential when it comes down to my vibrance and my outer personality, the way I express myself, me being a Scorpio, that is, okay? Now, the good things about this is you will attract. Your expression will attract. If your solar plexus is not clouded or gloomy or frustrated, that means that your intestinal tract is detoxing properly, it is functioning properly. You do bowel movements twice a day, okay? So everything is working for you. Now, on the other hand, if it's not working for you, one second. If your solar plexus is not working for you, you shy people away, you run people away, you feel that you are not loved or liked, you do not see the beauty of you, the outer radiance of you as if you would if it was working properly. A person whose solar plexus is not working properly, they tend to be a lot angry or sluggish or tired or not in the mood to do things, okay? And that is a very bad problem, because you're supposed to be radiating your core frequency outward, okay? And that gives the inner side of you, the moon, the sacral, and the root chakra, that sacral moon, lunar energy, that magnetic energy, time to thrive and to go outward instead of pulling everything inward, okay? Instead of absorbing everything, you want to push it out of you and let it shine. That's the major force of your aura, is your solar plexus. Major force. The major field of your complete aura is your solar plexus. And if it's shut down, you then do not attract. Not only do you not attract, people don't enjoy your vibration, because you've always give them the impression or the vibe that you are down, okay? So let's move up to the heart chakra. People that collaborate through the heart, they express emotion through the heart. It can be played in both ways. It can be played as a downfall, as a sucker, or it can be played as passionate, driven, and especially if the solar plexus is activated, the heart just synchronizes with it, and they're like two roaring lions, like the perfect match, the perfect couple, a female lion, a male lion that just collaborate and become one, okay? Where you have that yin-yang flow flowing. If the heart is shut down, there's a part of you that's cold, vulnerable, can't get along with people, can't get along with yourself, haven't figured out how to satisfy yourself. Then the disease, dis-ease, discomfort comes in, because then you have stress and anxiety because the heart cannot thrive or speak. Most likely the brain or the third eye is overriding the heart to the point that it cannot express its true nature. Even down to the dogmatic situations around you, the society norms can shut down the heart. That's the big problem. So if this heart is moving, functioning properly, and is able to express itself properly, able to show this outward expression, affection, love towards people, the world, animals, people, places, and things, or else it'll close down and shut down and cause some form of discomfort, okay? You don't want that. So if people lead by the heart or driven by the heart, they're different. You can tell they're courageous. They have the solar plexus to back them up, okay? So it's different. So understand when somebody is actually leading by their heart, by courage, or by intimidation, shy or shallow. You'll know that they are working within their heart chakra. Not only that, just imagine if a person's heart finally becomes activated. They can lead by their heart and do things that they shouldn't do. They just have the free will and the courage to take chances more. Whereas if they're cold, they take chances more, but they don't think about the repercussions or the consequences behind the situation. So there's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation on all chakra levels. That's just like they lead by the solar plexus. They have the courage to speak to you or to say hi to you or to, or they may lead by the solar plexus but don't have the courage to speak to you or say hi to you, but they actually just shut it down. They close those frequencies. The same with the heart. Let's go to the throat chakra, the communication. Okay. A lot of people love to voice their opinions. Either they're being heard or they're not being heard. If their vibration is being heard, people tend to adapt to them or want to be influenced by them or want to understand and overstand and understand more of them. If they're communicating through their throat chakra because they are not being heard, things tend to get a bit verbally abusive. Okay, I've done it before to the point where I felt that my communication in the throat was very accurate, but at the same time, through certain people, it's not being felt or heard. So then you become a bit abusive, and that's not a good sign. It's when you need to take time out for self and say, just communicate with self, and then you will attract what you need. That's just like if you love yourself in the heart, if you express yourself from the heart, and you love yourself, you will attract what you need. Sometimes it can be overbearing to the point where people don't want real, they want fake, or people don't want over-expressive people or over-sensitive people or over-dramatic people. They want people that are just more silent and to themselves. They don't express their energy outward. So the communication could be good or bad. Sometimes the communication can be so real and so zeal to the point that people think that it's just bogus because you feel the power. You feel that your heart is communicating and flowing through you. You feel your solar plexus is flowing through you. You feel your sacral energy is flowing through you. So you can just flow. You can just talk. You can just be. You can just sing because you have the power. This is the chakra where the talents come through you on a verbal level, on a frequency that can be felt, heard, but not seen. Not yet, that is. That's that synesthesia, when you can actually see the frequencies. But we're at a stage in life where we only feel and hear and smell frequencies. We see things, but not the higher dimensional frequencies the way we should. Now let's move up to the third eye. People that lead from their third eye. Their third eye, their muscle is activated, but the Kundalini has not reached their third eye. This is very important. This is the reason why I made the video. Because this part can get very activated, very angry, very intense, and it's not synchronizing with the rest of your body. So you tend to intimidate people because this channel of energy is flowing through your brain, but it's not coming through your crown. It's not cycling back down through the body and back up again. The muscle is activated, but the force that runs through the muscle is not flowing properly. You can get attitudes, you can have a field of aggression, or you're only thinking from your third eye. Your third eye is in full protective mode because it's just been activated, but nothing's flowing through it. And not only that, you're building up the muscle, and not only that, you're building up the eyebrows. This right here, where the bone structure continues to grow and morph, you're building it up, but you have not risen your Kundalini to actually connect with the celestial side of life and ground yourself with Earth, Mother Earth, okay? The magnetic tectonic tables within the Earth, the pulse of the Earth, the rhythm and the flow of the celestial. So, you can have good and bad of the third eye. Reality becomes a problem, or reality becomes real. You can see, you synchronize with the knowing around you, the flow of things. But if this muscle and this path within you is active, but nothing's flowing through it, it becomes very dry, very tense, very emotional, very subjective, very critical. And it's a major problem because you don't understand that people can feel your vibration, and it's intimidating, and you don't want that because people think that you're subject to be violent, okay? Very bad problem. So the good side of it is, if it's flowing, if it's running properly, if it's channeling and synchronizing with the rest of your chakra system, then there's a good thing. There's a very good thing about it. You can see, you can know, you can feel, you can perceive, you are empath, you enter and understand and overstand and understand the person's situation. You can break their situation down and sympathize even though you've never been through the situation. Okay? But if it's not running and functioning properly, but it's active, the muscle is active, you tend to think daggers are being thrown at you. You're being targeted. Paranoia, fear. You have a separation disorder. Big problem, okay? So be mindful of this. How do you activate these chakras when they're... How do you get the energy to flow through them? First, you start with the root. Also ask the celestial beings in the celestial field, the universe, to collaborate with you. Especially the sun. Get the sun to take the old stagnant energy out of you and push in new frequency, new energy, new information, new guidance, new repair DNA. Even your own body through urine therapy will repair your body and let you know what you lack and what you need. Check out my urine therapy videos. So, whether that be the solar plexus, the root, anything, your yoni, your pelvic area, your genitalia, all of that needs sunlight. All of that needs moonlight. All of that needs flowing currency of water, whether it be high ether water or low dense ether water. Oxygen, oxygen, oxygen. Drink flowing water for more oxygen. Drink flowing water for more oxygen. Be in nature. All of those things help to rid you of bad malware, bad software, bad connections, bad receptions, and help you to release blockages and bring in better situations. Now let's go to the crown. The crown, the top of the head, at the back, in the center, where your hair grows in a pattern and spirals outward. Very important, it gets numb. When this muscle, this part of your brain is active, your neck sways back and forth. You have a sense of snake-like energy that flows through you. Everything is stimulated, everything is numb, and then it pulls the force upwards and through your third eye and shoots outward. As well as it can shoot outward, it can pull back in information and shoot it out. And then the crown and the third eye cycles. When you are very evolved and your kundalini is running properly, you then have the snake, where you eat your own tail effect, where you breathe your own energy. You can feel it. It runs through you. It runs down through you and comes back up through your nostrils. It runs down through you and back up through your nostrils. And you're like eating it and eating it and eating it, and it's just cycling, and it's repairing you, and it's repairing you, and it's repairing you. Very powerful situation, because then your heart chakra is active and it's trying to reach through you, and your chest reaches off the ground. It elevates. You begin to float as if you are going through a voodoo ceremony, and you're being resurrected through your body, because that fire is lit. Okay? You can see things, you can see sparkles, you can see lights, you can see things and feel things that other people can't feel. Not only that, there's a obligata, I don't know why I can't never get it right. Oblongata is active, it's turning, it's cranked, it's moving. If your crown is activated, but it's not synchronized with the rest of your body, there's stage fright, there's intimidation, there's all you want is peace and quiet. The sensitivity of technology and things around you bother you. People bother you, places bother you, situations bother you. Sirens and everything just bothers you, because this thing is wide open, and it's sending out signals, but it's not receiving signals, or it's receiving too many signals and don't know how to compute the data. How do you know if somebody's being controlled by their crown? They want to listen, but they can't listen. It's like indecisiveness all the time. They can't relate with you, or it's over exaggerated to the point that they're so on the chill mode, they're so on this mode, but they're still dumb about it. I know you may be like, what? Yeah, they're collecting the knowledge, but they don't know how to utilize the tool, because either the energy is flowing into them and they can't relate, or the energy is going outward and they don't know where a part of them is going or where it's feeding to. And what you want to do is connect with the celestial. Not only that, if you believe in the firmament and if you believe in the dome, connect with the dome. I ground myself, like hands up, feet down. Connect with the dome, and you grow, and you be the earth itself. You be the system itself, and you shoot your power upward, and you shoot your power downward, and you spiral your power, and you send it out in ripples like an atomic explosion over and over and over again, and you get this to flow through you. Again, my mantra, my chant: I am one with the universe, I am one with creation, I am one with the universe, I am one with nature. You do that over and over, over and over. As you position yourself and ground yourself, you will be a whole nother person. So understand, overstand, and outerstanding when somebody is ruled by certain parts of their chakra system. You need to define this. I know when a person is smiling at me, but truthfully their dick is talking to me. I know when a person is smiling at me and their heart is talking to me. I know when a person is smiling at me or gazing at me and their third eye is talking to me. I know when a person walk in a room, which chakra is activated and what are they being led by. And you knowing and understanding what people are being led by through their body, how they're communicating with the world, is very crucial and vital to you, and observing them. That's just like, I'll give you an example on Trump. Listening to Trump speak, act, and do things, whether it's staged or it's a script, you still know which part of him can break and which part of him won't break, and which part of him is acting and which part of him is pure and true to what he is saying. Very crucial, very good way to start analyzing people, okay? And you can manipulate time. It could be a person on TV and it'll turn into like real-time data where this person is talking, but at the same time you have lapsed time and some form of passion to the point that this person knows that you're observing them. It's very crucial. So yeah, there you have it. Unearth the magic. The truth will definitely set you free. And always, always breathe from the womb. Not only do you breathe from the womb, you want to breathe from the root. And that is the base of your spine. Unearth the magic. The truth will definitely set you free.